Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have swatches to share with you for Polish Pickup for November 2020. The theme for Polish Pickup this month is Red Carpet, and the pre-order will go live November 6th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it will close on November 9th. The Polish Pickup is a pre-order, and everything will ship approximately 3 to 4 weeks after it closes on November 9th. Everything that you see here is limited edition, so if you like something, be sure to grab it and don't let it pass you by because the chances are very, very high that it will not come back. Some items, I will say, have a cap, and all that means is if I say an item is capped at 100 bottles, that just means once those 100 bottles sell out, they will be gone and not available for the rest of the weekend after they sell out. So be sure that if you like an item when it's capped, to go in and grab that first, just to make sure that you've got it. Polish Pickup offers flat rate shipping within the United States of $3, $5 for Canada, and I believe it varies for other countries. So if you are not part of the United States or Canada, definitely check out Polish Pickup website, which I will have linked for you down below to see what your shipping charges are. Polish Pickup also combines shipping, so if you make 5 orders, you're going to pay the $3 for each order, but when your order ships, they will combine all of them and refund you the 4 shipping charges, and you will only pay for the first one. So you'll pay that first $3 and then they'll refund you for the other ones when your order ships. I think I have touched on all of the details. If I haven't and you have any questions or I was confusing, which is very likely, leave me a comment in the description box, or leave me a comment in the comment section down below, and I will do my best to find out the answer to your question for you. So why don't we go ahead and jump into this. And first up, we have Alchemy Lacquers Plum Perfect. This is going to go for $11.50. It comes in a 12 milliliter bottle. There will be 150 bottles available within the United States and 10 in the UK. This was inspired by Zendaya on the purple carpet at the 2019 Emmys. Plum Perfect is a plum jelly nail lacquer with a golden to lime, green, turquoise, blue, shimmery, multi-chrome finish. This polish had an outstanding formula. It went on smoothly and evenly, stayed right where I put it, no issues whatsoever, no running, no pooling, and no staining. This polish will not dry textured, and it will not give you any kind of difficulty to remove. I did choose to use 3 coats here. I do believe that you could probably get away with 2, but my nails were a little bit long here, so I just wanted a little bit of extra coverage for all the bright lights when I would be taking my swatch pictures. This polish is so unbelievably shifty. My pictures do not do it a lick of justice, like at all whatsoever. There's so much shifting going on inside this polish if you just like sit there and move your nails back and forth. It is just so pretty. I do have it topped here in my final swatch with a glossy top coat. So my swatch is going to show you 3 coats and a glossy top coat and a matte top coat. This next polish is from by Dany Viana, and this is Satisfied. This is going to sell for $11.50. It comes in an 11 milliliter bottle. There will be 420 bottles available within the United States and 30 in the UK. This was inspired by Renee Elise Goldsberry's dress for the 70th Tony Awards. It's described as a pastel crelly base with dark flakes and black glitters. This polish had a wonderful formula. Dany Viana always kills it with her formula. It went on smoothly and evenly. It stayed right where I put it. No application issues here. It is so perfect for a yellow polish. It's not chalky like a lot of them can be. It's very creamy and easy to work with. I did use 2 coats to achieve full opacity, and my final swatch is going to show you 2 coats and a glossy top coat. This will dry a little bit textured, and it will be a little difficult to remove, but overall not bad. This next polish is from Cuticula, and this is called Look What You Made Me Do. It's going to sell for $12.50. It comes in a 15 milliliter bottle, and there is no cap. This was inspired by Taylor Swift. Look What You Made Me Do is described as a soft lilac base with a rainbow of different shifting iridescent flakes, shifting ultra chrome flakes, and small silver platinum flakes. This polish had a wonderful formula. It does start off a bit sheer, but I was able to reach full opacity in 3 coats. My application here was smooth and easy. Nothing in this polish is going to give you any kind of difficulty to remove, and it won't dry textured, but I would always recommend a good glossy top coat to seal it in for longevity purposes. This polish is so unique to my collection. I don't have anything like it. There is just a lot of flakes in there, and they all work together independently to create something very beautiful. I have it shown here glossy and matte in 3 coats. And speaking of matte polish, I also have a second contribution from Cuticula, and this is her matte top coat. This is sugar-coated scented cloud cover. It's going to sell for $9. This does not have a cap, and it comes in that same 15 milliliter bottle. It is described as sweet jelly beans with fruity top notes, including strawberry, raspberry, apple, and sugared lemons with delicious sweet candied bottom notes. It is a wonderful matte top coat. It leaves you with that perfect chalkboard finish, and it dries nice and quickly. Highly recommend this matte top coat. I've used it for all the matte top coats that you're going to see in this video, just so you know everything that is matte was used with that top coat. Next up is Cupcake Polishes She's a Lady. This is going to sell for $13. Comes in a 15 milliliter bottle, and there is no cap. This was inspired by the iconic periwinkle dress that Lady Gaga wore to the Golden Globes for her A Star is Born win for Best Original Song. It is described as a periwinkle blue polish that is filled with iridescent aurora shimmer that shifts from gold to red to green. This polish had a wonderful formula. It went on smoothly and evenly. It stayed right where I put it. I had no application issues here whatsoever. There was no running, there was no pooling, there was no staining. I did choose to go in for 3 coats on this. I did feel that my nail line was a bit visible on the second coat, and I wanted to cover that up with a 3rd. The shimmer on here is just screaming off of your nails. It is just so ridiculously like shimmery. I loved this polish. It is absolutely beautiful. Nothing in this polish will dry textured or give you any kind of difficulty to remove, and it is also, in addition to being very shimmery, it has a wonderful little multi-chrome shift to it. Very pretty. My swatches here are 3 coats and a glossy top coat. This next polish is also from Cupcake, and this is VNL Blur Base Coat. It is going to sell for $8.50, come in a 15 milliliter bottle. It was inspired by the undergarments that make any red carpet dress look its best. It's described as a semi-sheer nude-colored base layer. It can be used with or without your traditional base coat, and it helps you use less of your favorite polishes. It helps blur the line between the free edge and the nail bed for a smooth transition underneath sheer polishes and jelly polishes. You'll only need 1 coat of the polish and this base layer. My swatches here are going to show you it's swatched without a top coat, so you're just going to see how it looks on my natural nail. It was a very smooth and easy application. It's self-leveled and looks beautiful all on its own. But for its purpose, it does do a very good job. My swatches that you are going to... So what you're going to see at the end is 1 coat of Cupcake Polishes She's a Lady that we just looked at, and you saw that I did 3 coats. But here at the end of this, you saw it swatched with VNL Blur and 1 coat, and it retained its sparkly shimmery properties, and it was still shifty and glowy. So I do think this product works really well for its purpose. And also, if you wanted to wear it by itself with the top coat, it is also a beautiful nude that is pretty... It was opaque for me in pretty much 1 coat. I didn't feel the need, like, if I wanted to wear it on its own, I would have to do a second. And its formula was absolutely excellent, so I think this is a very good product. This next polish is from Dollish Polish, and this is a no wire hangers ever. It's going to sell for $13. It was inspired by Joan Crawford. It comes in a 15 milliliter bottle, and there is no cap. It is described as a cranberry linear hollow with ruby hollow micro glitters. This polish had an excellent formula. It went on smoothly and evenly. It stayed right where I put it. No application issues whatsoever. No running, no pooling, no staining. This, however, is going to dry a little bit textured because it has those little bit of micro glitters in there, so it gives it a gritty kind of feeling. So you are going to want to go in with a nice glossy top coat to make it glossy and shiny. And it is also going to give you a little bit of difficulty to remove. It's not like a straight up micro glitter, so it's not going to be difficult, but it's also not like your traditional hollow where it's going to remove without any kind of fuss. This is kind of in the middle, but it's not hard overall. My swatches of it are 3 coats and a glossy top coat. You probably could get away with this in 2. I had longer nails here with a strong nail line, so I did choose to use 3 just in case, you know, the nail line would show up in photos, but I have a strong suspicion that you will be fine with just 2 thicker coats of this. So my swatches are showing you 3 coats of No Wire Hangers Ever from Dollish Polish and a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Flirtin, and it's blue from the block. It's going to sell for $11.50, come in a 15 milliliter bottle. There will be 75 available within the United States and 5 in the UK. This was inspired by Jennifer Lopez's blue gown from the Art of the In-Between Costume Institute Gala at the Metropolitan. This is described as a soft ocean blue with periwinkle, light violet undertones, blue micro hollow, and green flakes. This polish does start off a bit sheer. I wasn't able to achieve full opacity, and I am going to show you how it looks over a very similar shaded blue and a black base color. So this is it all by itself in 3 coats, and then you're going to see how it looks over black and blue. The formula was very easy to work with. I had no application issues, and it was not difficult to remove, and you are going to want a glossy top coat because it doesn't dry exactly shiny, but it does not dry textured either. Next up, this is Glistening Glows Pink in the City. This is going to sell for $12.50. It was inspired by Sarah Jessica Parker's hot pink 80s inspired Zac Posen gown that was worn at the New York City Ballet Fashion Gala in 2019. It comes in a 15 milliliter bottle and there is no cap. This is a bright pink jelly polish that's filled with color shifting iridescent flakes that shift between dark blue and purple. You guys, this polish is bananas. It is breathtakingly gorgeous. Those blue flakes in person scream off of your nail. This polish like glows. It is absolutely so beautiful, and I say this as not a pink polish fan. I absolutely adored this polish, and the formula on it was absolutely superb, smooth, easy to apply. Nothing in here is going to dry textured. Nothing in here will give you any kind of difficulty to remove. I would recommend a glossy top coat to make it nice and shiny. I use Glisten and Glow's own glossy top coat, and literally I cannot say enough good things about this polish. It's so beautiful and the formula is lovely. Highly recommend this polish. My swatches here are going to show you Glisten and Glow's Pink in the City with a glossy top coat. I also have Glisten and Glow's second contribution. This is a cuticle remover pen and cuticle oil pen duo. The duo sells for $12 and there is no cap. It is scented in cranberry pear, which is described as a custom blend of sparkling cranberry, sweet pear nectar, and luscious black currants. This smells excellent. It smells just like the description. It's not a strong smell, but it also isn't a weak smell. You're going to know it's there, but it is not going to like be in your face. The cuticle remover is very easy to use. You just apply it to your nails, wait 60 seconds, and then you're going to just push it back like you see me doing. I'm using a metal tool. This does do a good job though. You just basically, once after you wait the 60 seconds, you just do what you see me doing. You kind of give it a little push back, and then you scrape around the edges to remove the excess, and it leaves your cuticles looking nice and fresh without any of the stuff clinging to your nail beds. And then you should wash your hands after you are finished. And then once you finish washing your hands, I would recommend Glisten and Glow's Cuticle Oil Pen. This is also in the same cranberry pear scent. All you do with the cuticle oil is you just spread it along your nail like you see me doing here. You can do it on naked nails, or you can do it, I do it when I'm wearing polish a lot. I just spread it along my skin. I also put it underneath the nail because sometimes my nails feel dry under there and tight. So I find using the cuticle oil under the nail really helps get rid of that feeling, and I like it. You just massage it in. It absorbs very quickly. It is very nourishing. Your nails are going to thank you. This Glisten and Glow has a very good cuticle oil. I highly recommend it, and the scent is definitely something I enjoyed. So here you just have me rubbing in Glisten and Glow's cuticle oil after treating my nails with the remover. This next polish is from Great Lakes Lacquer, and this is called BEY'OND. It's going to sell for $13. It comes in a 15 milliliter bottle, and there's no cap. It was inspired by Beyonce's Met Gala 2015 dress. Also, $1 from every bottle of this polish sold will go to benefit the Loveland Foundation, which you can find the information for that website on the Polish Pickup website. It is described as a linear holographic that is filled with holographic microflakes, pink to lavender to gold to green iridescent flakes, and bronze microflakes. This polish had a lovely formula. It went on smoothly and evenly. It stayed right where I put it. I am loving Great Lakes Lacquer's new paddle brush. It makes the application nice and easy for me. This was fully opaque for me in 3 coats. It is not going to dry textured, and it will not be difficult for you to remove at all. The formula on it was most excellent. No application issues whatsoever. So my swatches here are showing you 3 coats of BEY'OND and a glossy top coat. This next polish that we are going to have a look at is from Indie by Patty Lopes. This is called Fashion Dress, and it is selling for $12. It comes in an 11 milliliter bottle. There will be 200 bottles available within the United States and 20 within the UK. This was inspired by Dua Lipa's Met Gala dress in 2019. It is described as a pale blue base with hollow glitters and a mix of flakies. This polish is a bit sheer. I did not achieve full opacity in 3 coats. Its application was flawless, smooth and easy to work with. Everything just levels out on the nail very nicely. Didn't have to do any fishing. I didn't have to hold anything upside down. And this polish will dry a bit textured. There's a lot going on in there. It wasn't difficult for me to remove. I wore it for a couple hours and it did come off with very little fuss. It wasn't easy like a hollow, but it wasn't hard at all. So you have it in 3 coats and a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Kathleen Co, and this is called Rocking the Red Carpet. It's going to sell for $12.50. Comes in a 15 milliliter bottle. There's no cap in the United States, but there is a cap of 25 in the UK. This was inspired by Cameron Diaz's dress on the red carpet. It's described as a silver hollow base with gold and copper shimmer and red to gold UCC flakies. This polish had a most excellent formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. It stayed right where I put it. Those flakes come out nice and easily. I didn't have to do anything special to get them to spread out evenly across the nail. Nothing in this polish was difficult at all. The application was smooth and even. This polish was not difficult for me to remove. I did not stain, and nothing in it dried textured. It has a beautiful shimmer. I actually fell so in love with this polish. I wore it for about 4 days. I really enjoyed this polish. It is definitely one of my favorites. It is so beautiful. Now you have it in 3 coats and a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Lollipop Posse Lacquer, and it is Let Me Hold It Lightly. This is going to sell for $13. There's no cap. It was inspired by Florence Welch's dress for the 2019 Met Gala. It is described as a seafoam green jelly that is filled with lavender shimmer and purple to green to blue shifting iridescent flakes. This polish had a wonderful formula. It does start off a bit sheer, and I was able to get, I'd say 85-90% full opacity in 3 coats. But there is so much going on with those flakes. There are so many pretty colors in there, and they all work together and create such a lovely color that you aren't even going to notice that teeny tiny little bit of a nail line that's peeking through, and neither will anybody else. This polish had a perfect formula. It went on smoothly and evenly, stayed right where I put it. No application issues whatsoever. This will not dry textured, and it will not give you any kind of difficulty to remove. So my swatches are showing you 3 coats and a glossy top coat in direct lighting and indirect lighting, and a matte top coat. This next polish is from Lynn V Designs, and it is called What's It Worth to Ya. It's going to sell for $12, and it comes in a 15 milliliter bottle. This was inspired by the House of Worth, as she is a huge fan. It is described as a black to white thermal with green to violet shifting shimmer, red to green to gold shifting flakes, and touches of gold hollow sparkle. This polish had an excellent formula. It went on smoothly and evenly, stayed right where I put it. Those flakes do come out super easily and spread nice and evenly across the nail without any manipulation. Nothing in this polish gave me any kind of difficulty to apply, and nothing will give you any kind of difficulty to remove either. This is not dry textured, but I would always recommend a good glossy top coat to make it nice and shiny. The thermal properties in here are delightful. It is very easy and reactive, and it goes to a beautiful, like, whitish that shifts to that green, and there is like a little bit of color in the middle of them that you're going to catch, but the shimmer in there is also very strong and quite beautiful. This polish is shown here in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. This next polish that we're going to have a look at is from MLF Lacquer, and this is Olivia. It's going to sell for $11, come in a 15 milliliter bottle. There will be 190 bottles available in the US and 10 in the UK. It was inspired by Olivia Munn's dress at the 2019 Emmys. It is described as a medium violet curly base with a strong red to orange to green to yellow aurora shimmer. This polish had a wonderful formula. It went on so smoothly and so evenly. It had no running, no pooling, no staining. This polish was absolutely a joy to work with. Nothing in here will dry textured or be difficult to remove at all. The shimmer in here is super apparent and very strong, and wait until you see what it looks like matte, because I did actually remember to add a matte top coat to this, and I fell absolutely in love with it matte. If you think it looks good glossy, you are going to love it with a matte top coat. So my swatches of this are going to show you Olivia with a glossy top coat and a matte top coat. Next up, we have Pampered Polishes. Oh, you fancy, huh? This is going to sell for $13. It comes in a 15 milliliter bottle. It was inspired by the dazzling jewelry worn on the red carpet. It's described as a sparkling holographic base with holographic flakies and glitter, as well as red and black glitter scattered throughout. This polish had an excellent formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. It stayed exactly where I put it. There were no application issues here at all. No running, no pooling, and no staining. Those red and black glitters do distribute nice and evenly across the nail. I didn't have to do any kind of tricks, no holding the bottle upside down or fishing for the glitters. They came out nice and evenly. Though that being said, those little glitters might hang on when you're removing the nail polish onto your nail, so you might have 1 or 2 little scragglers, but overall the polish removes very easily, and it does not dry textured. I also think that this polish might look really cool in a thin coat over a black base coat, and unfortunately my pictures do not do this polish a lick of justice. It is absolutely so sparkly and so pretty. I was very sad that I couldn't hit it up, but I think you can see it a little bit when I do the finger dance. So that was 3 coats of Pampered Polishes. Oh, you fancy, huh? And a glossy top coat. Next up is also from Pampered Polishes, and this is a topper. It is called Dazzle Me. It's going to sell for $11.50. It was inspired by the sophistication represented on the red carpet. It comes in a 15 milliliter bottle, and there is no cap. It's described as a delicate matte topper with gold, silver, and platinum flakes. I have it shown for you here over a nice wine-colored cream, and it applies smoothly and evenly across the nail. Those flakes distribute beautifully and evenly across the nail, and I fell in love with this combo. I absolutely adored this topper. This topper is amazing and so pretty. I loved this. It will not be difficult to remove, and it does not dry textured. This next polish is from Penelope Luz, and it is called The Queen. It sells for $13, come in a 10 milliliter bottle, and there's no cap. It was inspired by Helen Mirren's dress in the 2019 Oscar party. It is described as a pinkish coral with iridescent flakes, aurora pigment, UCC flakes, and a little bit of glitter. This polish went on smoothly and evenly. I had absolutely no application issues whatsoever, no running, no pooling, no staining. This polish applied flawlessly. It does start off a little bit sheer, but I was able to build to a full opacity in 3 coats. This polish will have a smidgen of texture, but it will not give you any kind of difficulty to remove. My swatches here are showing you 3 coats, plus a glossy top coat of Penelope Luz's The Queen. Next up, we have Polished for Days. This is Delicate. This will sell for $12.50. It was inspired by Taylor Swift's dress. It comes in a 15 milliliter bottle, and there is no cap. It is described as a cornflower crelly base with orange to gold to green iridescent flakes. This polish had a wonderful formula. It does start off a little bit sheer on that first coat, but it does build to a full opacity in 3 for me. I did have a little bit of a stronger nail line than I usually do since my nails are a little bit longer, but I do think that 2 coats, maybe on the thicker side, could get you full opacity if you have shorter nails. This polish had absolutely a flawless application, and there were no issues such as running, pooling, or staining. This will not dry textured, and it will not be difficult for you to remove. This polish is super pretty. Those flakies in there with that cornflower type blue base just make for a stunning combination. My swatches here are showing you 3 coats of Delicate from Polished for Days, and a glossy top coat and a matte top coat. And next up, we have Quixotic Polish's I'm Here. I'm Here is going to sell for $13 and was inspired by Cynthia Erivo's red carpet dress. There is no cap. It is described as a dusty periwinkle base that is packed with a fine pink to purple to green shifting iridescent shimmer. This polish had a most wonderful formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. It stayed exactly where I put it. I had absolutely no application issues whatsoever. There was no running, no pooling, and no staining. This polish is not going to dry textured, and it will not be difficult for you to remove. It is absolutely ridiculously shifty. This polish, I had so much fun playing with it and such a hard time narrowing down my photos to pick to send in to Mary for my final swatches, because I took like 75 photos that I loved because there was always a different shift going on here. Pictures do not even remotely do it justice. It is absolutely beautiful. My final swatch is 2 coats here with a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Eyed Lacquer, and this is called Wham Bam Thank You Glam. It's going to sell for $12.50, come in a 12 milliliter bottle. There are 200 bottles available in the US and 20 in the UK. This was inspired by a dress that Bianca herself drew. This is described as a periwinkle crelly with gold shifting flakes, pink to purple to aqua shifting flakes, and a purple to aqua shifting shimmer. This polish had a wonderful formula. It went on so smooth and so evenly. It had a flawless formula. Nothing in this polish gave me any kind of issues whatsoever. No running, no pooling, and no staining. This polish does not dry textured, and it will not give you any kind of difficulty upon removal. This polish is such a delicate beauty. I absolutely loved it. My swatches here are showing you 3 coats of Wham Bam Thank You Glam from Eyed Lacquer and a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Rogue Lacquer, and this is called Regal. Regal is going to sell for $12.50. There is no cap. It was inspired by the detailing on Blake Lively's Met Gala gown. It is described as a flaky bomb that's packed with silver hollow flakes, gold, turquoise, and red metallic flakes with loads of hollow and silver flakes. This polish blew me away. It is so stunning, and pictures do not do it a lick of justice. You have to see this in person. It is so outstandingly gorgeous. The application on it is absolutely flawless. It is so packed with so many different kinds of flakes, but it applies so smoothly and evenly. Nothing in this polish is difficult at all. There's no difficulty upon removal, and it does not dry textured, but I would always recommend a nice glossy top coat to make it beautiful and shiny for your finished look. My final swatch of this Rogue Lacquers Regal is 3 coats and a glossy top coat in both direct lighting and indirect lighting. This next polish is from Wildflower Lacquer, and it's called Have a Ball. It's going to sell for $12.75. It was inspired by Lucille Ball. It comes in a 15 milliliter bottle. There will be 300 available in the US and 10 in the UK. It is described as a peachy coral base with strong red to gold to green shimmer and scattered hollow microflakes. This polish had a phenomenal formula. It went on smoothly and evenly. It stayed right where I put it. No application issues whatsoever. There was no running, there was no pooling, and there was no staining. I was able to achieve full opacity in just 2 coats. This polish will not dry textured, and it will not be difficult for you to remove at all. It is such a pretty polish. I'm not usually drawn to the peach tones, but this one, just with all of the sparkle and the shimmer going on in here, it was absolutely beautiful, and it made me stop swatching for the night just so I could wear it for a couple of hours the next day. I loved it. So my final swatch is 2 coats and a glossy top coat. And last polish that we have today is from Whatcha, and this is called Blake Lively's Dress. It is coming in a 10 milliliter bottle. It will sell for $13. There are 220 bottles available in the US and 10 within the UK. It was inspired by a dress worn by Blake Lively, and it is described as a golden holographic glitter base with bigger blue and turquoise glitters. This polish had a wonderful formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly for being the glitter bomb that it is. I had no application issues here at all. There was no running, no pooling, and there was no staining. I did think this would look lovely over a black base, and I do have a picture of it that I included at the end for you to see how that looks. Oh, and apparently I included a swatch too. I didn't even remember doing that. So here you have it in 1 coat over a black cream polish, and otherwise it is 2 coats on its own over my naked nails. The polish here will dry textured, and I am showing it to you with Glisten and Glow's glitter grabber, and in addition to a regular top coat just to give it that nice glossy look. If you don't have a glitter grabber, you might want to go in for 2 coats of a glossy top coat to make it nice and shiny if you like that glassy look like I do. This will be difficult to remove as it is a glitter bomb. And here you have it in 2 coats over my natural nails or 1 coat over a black cream. And that wraps up the November 2020 polish pickup. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what your favorite is. I did have quite a few that I fell in love with this month, and I hope you guys will let me know which ones you fell in love with this month and do plan on picking up. I hope you found my video helpful. If you have any questions whatsoever, leave me a comment down below and I will do my best to answer them for you. Thank you for watching as always, and I will talk to you real soon. Bye guys. Hi. You're so cute. So that wraps up the November 2020 polish pickup. What? No. And the polish pickup offers free, no.